Just waiting notification. And boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have two incredible panelists that are going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration on their recap of the historic Vanguard Retreat that took place in Chicago over last weekend. And that is none other than Sister Zaina and Sister Khadija, both out of the Eastern region. We'll start with
the best region.
Okay. Okay.
Technically the East Coast.
East Coast. All right. So, assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam.
And we're gonna start with you, Sister Zaina. What stood out the most from last weekend?
Definitely hearing from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I don't just say that because how dare I put something over that, but his message was literally the highlight. Because we had heard from him in 2011 and we never want to take that for granted. So some of us felt like, oh, he's probably going to speak to us. He did it last time, but this is a different time. He's not speaking as much anymore. So it was kind of like a big question mark. And then when he said that he was going to speak to us at, I believe, Dr. Ava's Janazah, he mentioned, I'm going to talk to y'all next week or something, he said. Mm-hmm. And then that just confirmed it. So it was a treat. It was even though he spoke to hundreds of us, it still felt like an intimate moment with him. So that was the highlight of my weekend.
All praises due to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And sister, my sister Naina says assalamu alaikum family. Sister Mariah says assalamu alaikum. And then my sister Miriam says assalamu alaikum family as well. Boom. Okay. So Sister Khadija, you told me that this was your first time at Mas Mariam. How did it feel to be there live in person?
It almost didn't feel real because I just didn't feel like I was actually gonna make it there because it was a lot. It was a lot planning to get there and things like that. And then I was almost not gonna have my white uniform. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna be in a picture. I'm gonna be like in a dungeon room somewhere, like not a part of the team. But it was like, it was more, I don't know, like, how you see pictures and when you get to the place, it either looks exactly like it looks like the pictures or it doesn't look like the picture at all. Like it like kind of looks like the picture or it doesn't at all. But it was like, I don't know. It was like I was in the picture when I'm taking pictures of like the roof and everything. It looked just like the pictures. Like it was like not off at all. And it felt like I was in the pictures versus like taking a picture. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The architecture, it was just beautiful.
All praise due to Allah. And shout out to everyone who supported all of the sisters across the country with you all raising money and getting grants and all of that good stuff. Okay, excellent. My next question for you, Sister Zaina, is drill. So you've been doing that since you were a very young child, junior Vanguard and things of that nature. What was it like to drill at the Vanguard Retreat?
It was amazing. It was literally amazing. For one, having the opportunity to drill outside of your city is a unique experience because we all have our different styles of drill, but we're one nation. So when we come together, it's almost like, even though we have all these different styles, to come together and have one sound, to come together and really move like a unit. And it wasn't seamless. We didn't all come together and drill exactly like at first. It took maybe the second day to where I was like, okay, we're getting the message here, and we felt each other's spirit. So it was unique to work with sisters from Atlanta, from Chicago, from Houston, and to drill with sisters that I get chills from watching them on the drill competition DVD and videos. So to actually drill with them and share the DI mic with them, it was just unique. I don't know. We don't get that opportunity a lot. So to experience that and to learn from one another, and for me to witness, I don't know, the leadership style of the other DIs and how they lead the sisters and us learning from each other's leadership styles. It was beautiful. And working with Sister Nuseba in particular, it was like a dream come true. Like, she is really like a star among men and women, because she was one of the first examples that I had of a MGTDI as a young child. I think I said in the last time I was on your podcast that I saw brothers. That was like the image of drill for me. So seeing Sister Nuseba call in the early 2000s, it was like, okay, I got to do it like that. I wasn't going to have the accent and the Southern accent. That wasn't my style, but I patterned. It's hard to explain if you're not a DI, but I patterned the way that I put emphasis on certain words and I kind of put my own East Coast spin on it, but she was my example. So to work with her was just amazing.
Perfect. All praise due to Allah. And shout out to everybody who's watching. Minnie said, my sister Miriam said she's very happy that you all were able to make it and have the experience. Mas Mariana person.
Praise be to Allah.
All right, now, Sister Khadija, the year after we won the championship in drill, the next year, I get on Facebook and I see Sister Khadija drilling with the sisters and y'all out there doing y'all thing. So how was it to drill?
Say that again. How was at the Vanguard Retreat?
Yes, ma'am.
This was, I don't even know how to explain it besides that everything just hit me like different at this retreat. The minister's words, but drill, the way Sister Nuseba, the way she explained to us, the way she broke it down to us, the purpose, the value, the just everything about drill is just like light bulbs just start clicking in my head. Oh, okay. And for me, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I was like so emotional. And when we were drilling, like the second day, I had to like suck up tears because I was about to be like bawling. And I wasn't the sister, I wasn't the last one standing up, but I'm looking at the sister that was, and just us like all being like one. It was just, drill was, it was like another level for me. It was almost like it wasn't even me. It was just like I was on the outside just taking note of everything. It was superb.
Praise be to Allah. And speaking of drill, assalamu alaikum, Sister Sadiqa.
Walaikum salam, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. And this is one of the greatest to ever do it, born from the loins of one of the greatest ones to ever do it. So, Sister Dika, we're talking about drill.
Yes,
was that universal drill and stuff at the Vanguard Retreat? How was that?
For me, it was one of my favorite parts just because I love drill so much. It's just a different feeling when it's something that you love to do. Something that always sticks out to me is when we were drilling for the drill competition, and Ayana, this is a backstory. Ayana asked us, she was like, why are you here? Why are you sacrificing? Like, why are you, putting in the work to do this? And my answer was because I genuinely love to do it. If it were an occupation, I would do it for the rest of my life. That's just how much I love drilling. So it's an overwhelming feeling to do it with sisters like of that magnitude and that capacity. It just felt like out of this world, if that makes sense.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. So shout out to Sister Dika for holding it down. All right. Now, Sister Zaina, for you, there was an experience that I saw sisters sharing on Facebook, everybody having phones and yelling from the farm. Everybody kept talking about something that you all saw or something that was in the sky. Can you let us know what that was like?
It was surreal. Well, we saw a baby plane, so let's just put that out there.
Okay.
Saw a baby plane. And what made it significant was, I don't know if all of the sisters were able to see, there was a clip of a documentary that's about to come out on the wheel. And they shared and they highlighted that that day was the anniversary of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's vision like experience going up onto the wheel. So the majority of the sisters having watched the minister tell that vision over and over again the same way, having student minister Ava Muhammad talk about the beauty of the Mexican people, and it was just beautifully done. I don't want to give it away, but it was so beautifully done that was on our minds throughout my time at the farm, because it was so beautiful that it just left an impression. So I was looking up in the sky. As soon as we pulled out, as soon as the sun went down, I just was like, because they were out there 11 years ago. They were there. So I was one of the ones like right at the window with my forehead, like waiting. So we saw some planes. We saw, oh, there it is. No, it was a plane. But then this one light, and we all know what I'm talking about, it would not go nowhere. And I'm not talking about not going nowhere like a star in the sky, because it was moving, but that let us know. And it let us know, I'm not a plane. I'm not a star. And that just, I don't know what bus you two were on, but I'm sure they all was just, Allahu Akbar. Because we knew. We had the faith and we knew what it was and what it signified. And I felt the ultimate form of protection. I'm sure that we had FOI trailing us. Praise be to Allah for their sacrifice. I'm sure we had our MGT sisters chaperoning and trailing, but having that baby plane follow us for almost 2 hours, that was the ultimate escort. So it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All praise due to Allah. Okay. And people showing you all love all in the comments. And I can't wait to put this on YouTube. Let us know what city y'all watching, YouTube and things of that nature. For you, Sister Khadija, so the video, is it doctored? Is it made up? Or did you see this with your own eyes? Like, what you tell me, what's going on out here?
Yes, I saw several. No, it was not doctored at all.
Okay.
And there were some whose phone was like, oh, well, my phone, it don't show up good on my phone. So other sisters was like, well, here, my phone look good, right? So at the end, everybody was like, all right, airdrop, what's your name? Because we like sharing the same video, because but there was, I don't even know, overwhelming is a great word to use, and definitely ultimate protection. There was the first one that I saw, the sister that was sitting next to me, I forget her name, she's like, sis, what's that? And I was like, I don't know, let's watch it for a little bit. And everybody was just like, well, look, over here. So everybody is like watching their bright lights. But this one, y'all, it was big, and it was like, it was pulsing. But then once everybody everybody's like telling everybody to come to their side of the bus, look at their baby plane. But once everybody looked at this one, and everybody decided together, oh, that's a baby plane. That's just that right at that moment is when it stopped. And it was moving back and forth, like it stopped, and then it just shot straight up. It didn't disappear. It was just shooting straight up. That's the first one that I saw. And it was just like, they were like dispersed, but red, green, like this. And it was obvious enough for us to see that this was not an airplane. Because we saw airplanes, like Sister Zaina said, you could see when it was an airplane, but these airplanes can't like go up, down, left, right, spin around like that. It was amazing. It really was.
Okay, all praise due to Allah. Shout out to everybody who saw the baby planes. All right, now we coming to you, Sister Sadiqa. Now, when I would study the drill competition and drill routines, me and my siblings all in the house, all study drill routines. There was a great DI from Chicago named Sister Sadar who talked about seeing you know, a half a mile by half a mile, all aboard the mother plane and things like this in drill. I never heard anybody talk about the mother plane drill besides your mama, which I'm gonna post on Facebook tomorrow because I found it on YouTube. So I'm like, oh, boom, I'm cutting it up. So now for you to be, you know, raised under that, all nation babies under that, and then did you see the baby planes as well?
I unfortunately wasn't on the bus.
She didn't see it.
Brother Joshua
I
immediately
I
laughed.
missed it. No. I missed it because I was still at the farm when the buses left. So I missed the escort. But of course, I've seen baby planes throughout my life. I just missed that experience.
Okay.
But I saw the videos and I saw the clips. So I still felt a part of it, like a little bit, but I wasn't there live to see it. I was still at the farm.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of being at the farm, they spoke earlier before you came on about the impact of the Most High Louis Farrakhan lecture. How did it personally impact you?
I honestly felt like it was a personal message for me from Master Ava Muhammad. Like I felt like he was speaking directly to me. Just to be present in that room, like the spirit, the frequency was just like on another level. And his words, it was just so impactful because it was something that I needed. And I feel like everybody in the room needed. And the minister, he just knew, he felt our spirit. And leaving that day, I knew like me and Allah, we like this. we like this. The minister confirmed it, and the way I felt confirmed it. And I was blessed to hold front Russian post for the minister. That was my first time doing it. And praise be to Allah. So praise be to Allah. So I was just like on a high. Like it was just to be able to serve in that capacity. Like I was cloud nine.
Oh, praise be to Allah. Beautiful. And people are showing love. Shout out to all the sisters. You know, Vanguard gonna check in when it's time to Vanguard. You know, sisters, we gonna do. But I have a few more questions for you all. Thank everyone who's watching. But I have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast this month. Hold on one second. Boom. And then we'll get right back to everybody's questions. And let us know your questions and stuff in the comments. Boom.
Brother Rashad Street Premiere. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him if you need any of those services. Sister Miriam's ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, and now Spanish book. All three available on Amazon.com. Sister Naima's Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country, right here in the studios of Atlanta, Georgia. Rock Communications. If you're working on a book and you need copy, editing, project management, content development, or media relations, please reach out to Rock Communications. Student Minister Robert L. Muhammad's Conflict Mediation, squashing the beast throughout the Southwest region. He does a phenomenal job. His wife, Sister Fudia Muhammad's Giving Birth to a God and the Science of Child Rearing. Please make sure you go out and get a copy of her book as well. Fashion Gods, urban streetwear clothing for men and boys. 314-329-6009. He'll keep you dressed in the best of fashion. Brother Kenneth's bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship you bow ties anywhere across the nation. Taj Hollywood's Chemistry 6 episode, a new television series out on YouTube. He's looking for actors and writers. Make sure you support him. Keep It Hood, helping others overcome depression. Also by Taj Hollywood. Brother Aaron's Elevated Places, stress management, real estate, credit, repair, and restoration. His Respect for Life Center. They do personal wellness, philosophy, emotional, and mental spiritual wellness. 229-344-1474. Dr. Henry Carter's King Henry Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad's COVID-19 disinfected cleaning services out of Chicago. Student Minister Sharif Muhammad's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, available on adulsharif.com. And lastly, Brother Joshua Muhammad's book, Cleopatra, as well as No Father, No Excuse, both available on Amazon. If you would like to donate.
Okay, boom. All right, right back to our sisters doing their thing. Shout out to everybody across the country. All right, next, there was an aspect, a spiritual component that all of you spoke about of the drill or of the Vanguard Retreat. We're going to start with you, Sister Zaina. Minister Dr. Ava, a lot of was made about her. How did she personally impact you in your life?
Student Minister Ava, she exemplified the feminine side of the ministry class. We had Mother Tanetta, may Allah be pleased with her. We had Student Minister Donna Farrakhan. So I wouldn't say she was the only one, but the way in which she delivered the message was like no other. She had her style, they had their styles. And Student Dr. Ava, because of her, I don't know if it was because she was a lawyer that she was able to articulate it in such a way. And it felt like she was like a defense attorney for the Honorable Minister Farrakhan because of the way that she brought facts, the way in which she debunked the enemy's allegations or the enemy's lies, just made her way of defense just magnified and just explosive. So for her to live out her purpose in front of the Nation of Islam and before the women, I don't know. What she did, I never wanted to be a student minister. I wouldn't say that she wanted me to get on a rostrum. I'm not going to say that, but she introduced me to a way in which I can defend Islam to my peers, defend Islam in school, in my workplace, because she did it in such a way that you didn't feel like there was anything spooky, and there's not about our teaching. You know what I'm saying? She kind of like brought the spiritual and the physical together, and you couldn't dispute it. And I feel like a lot of our student ministers have that gift, but the way she did it, like I said, I don't know if it's because she's a lawyer, but she definitely helped me be a better defender of Islam in my own personal life to those who don't believe.
Beautiful. All praise to Allah. Shout out to
Yes, that was perfect.
Okay, so for you, Sister Khadija, Student Minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, how did she personally impact you?
Ooh, everything Sister Zaina said. I think that for me seeing her speak the way that she spoke, and she's a female, so for me, I'm like sitting up more, I'm listening more, because I'm like, oh, who's this Sister Ava, that everybody's like anticipating hearing from. So I'm already doing that anyway because she's a female. But then to hear, I want to say, her like down to earth terminology that she uses, like she makes it so plain. And then sometimes she has that little laugh at the end, like when she asks something that like so simple. But she makes it so plain. And me seeing her, I'm like, so my first ministry meeting, I'm the only sister in there. And not only I'm the only sister, I'm the only young person. So everybody's like, 50s up in there. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So every time Sister Ava would come, I'm asking her like all types of questions about being a sister in the ministry. And she never made it seem like, it was something out of reach. She never made it seem like it was something out of reach, like some high science. I'm like, Sister Ava, how do you manage being a wife, a minister? And then she's like, oh, sister, you just gotta take your time with it. She said she talked about balancing it out and doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then we spoke personally after that question was raised in the public. But she made me feel like she's my goals. Like I have to be able to explain it in a way that she explains it, because for me, like I used to watch the first timers when they would sit down and hear Sister Ava, and she moved them, man. She moved them differently than I seen them be moved by other people. And afterwards, when you ask them, like about they like, what's that, sis? Yeah, yeah. And they're thinking on what she said. Because like I said, she made it so plain that you couldn't deny it. And she would even give you like an example with it. And then you might leave feeling a little goofy, like, oh, you know what, that didn't make sense. But Sister Ava, and for me, because I love Mother Tynetta, she's like a beautiful, beautiful sister to look at and listen to, but I'm not that soft. So I always felt like I'm not more like her, because like, or sometimes I'm be like, I'm told to be quiet because I'm too loud. So I felt like Sister Ava was more my speed. So for me, it was so comforting in seeing her, to speak the way she spoke. It was just,
Beautiful. All praises to Allah. People showing love all across the country. Okay, so for you, Sister Dika, I'm sure you watched her growing up in the nation, like everybody. How did she personally impact you?
Student Minister Ava, she, like, I was gonna say, like, Sister, what's your name?
Khadijah. Yes.
I was gonna say she just made it so plain. And she brought a different style to the ministry class as a sister, because like Sister said, Mother Tynetta, she made you, she was like so soft and so like listening to her was like peaceful kind of. And she made you think, and it's like, okay. And then you listen to Student Minister Ava and you ready to fight after you listen to one of her lectures. And both are good. Both are great, actually. And they just, the minister said it the best. She was his best, defender. Nobody could do it like Student Minister Ava Muhammad. And the way she impacted me personally, just being around her, just the very few little times I was able to be around her, she was just so, so nice. So respectful to everyone in the room. I mean, she made you feel special. Even if she didn't know you, like she was an angel, a star, like a star of God, for real, like in real life.
Right.
Like indeed. Okay, praise be to Allah. Beautiful. All right, thank you, Sister Deacon. People showing love. All right, now Sister Zainab, we coming back to you. The next question that we have is nation babies, people who grew up in the nation, born in the nation, second generation, third generation, people who, what is it like to you, for you to now watch your parents give birth to you, moms give birth to you, you said you were in a Vanguard Retreat 11 years ago, then you come back this year. What was it like carrying on the tradition of what it is to be a Vanguard?
It felt like home, if that makes sense. It really felt like a sense of belonging. Like this is who I really am. Like who I am, that person that goes to work, that person that braids hair, that person that is back. This person that's in Chicago right now, drilling with my sisters, training with them and learning. And I'm like, this is me. It just felt like, it reminds me of what Sister Sadiqa said. Like, if I could get paid to just train and do this, like, hands down, I'll be the first volunteer. So it just, I don't know. I couldn't, 11 years ago, I saw myself here. I don't think I've ever imagined being anywhere different. My personal life might look a little different, but as far as my stance in my Vanguard class and my stance in my nation, I never foresaw me being anywhere else. So had to thank Allah that I'm still here. And it's just a feeling of gratefulness, just gratitude that I've been able to live another 11 years and to experience it. And it was even more beautiful to me. I don't think I appreciated it as much at 18. It was beautiful, but it was more fun. It was more like, oh, that was cool. You know, this one was more life-changing. Like literally, I don't feel the same after that weekend. It's no way. If you walked into that retreat with an open mind and an open heart so that Allah can pour into you and the sisters can pour into you, there's no way you left Chicago the same woman that went there. So I'm just grateful.
All praise to Allah. And thank everyone, all the panelists, thank everyone who's in the comments and showing love all across the country. To you, Sister Khadija, your parents in this, you know what I'm saying, siblings, so many of y'all.
Yeah.
How does it feel to carry on the tradition being a Vanguard?
It felt really great. It feels really great because my mindset is not like, oh, thanks for getting us to the retreat so we can like have fun and come back and be like, yeah, boy, that was great. My mind is like to take over my city and then spread out from there. Because like you said, you my parents, and just thinking back as a little girl and everything that they drilled and beat into our head, the militancy, the discipline. I mean, my parents used to always get compliments about their children's discipline, because when I tell y'all, I mean, you would not think a 4-year-old could be still. We could be
right.
And I think about, like, I'm thinking about my girls as I'm on the farm, as I'm like picking, the garlic and, making my way down the hill. And I'm just thinking about how I have to be the best me possible. I have to be the best me, because the same way that I'm like in such a desire to take the baton, I need them to be that way too, so that their grandchildren will have something. But I need them to like to see it too. You know what I mean? Like I need them to like to get it. So I'm always like on myself, like, do I have enough conviction? Because my father had conviction. Okay? So I think about, and it feels good to know, like, when I got 2 hours of sleep and I'm getting up at 4 or getting up at 3, rather I gotta be there, right? In the craziest way, we're all like sore and beat up, talking about how good we feel that we're sore and beat up. You know what I mean? And like, oh, I only had 2 hours of sleep, and now we're gonna get up again and we're gonna do this. It feels good. I know it might sound crazy or weird to somebody, but it feels good, and it feels purposeful. I don't even know like how else to say it, because it's not us thinking, like looking in hindsight. It's not us. It's us trying to have foresight. You know what I mean? It's us sacrificing now for the future. So, I mean, I don't know. I just want to go down in the books as a soldier, a super
That's
soldier.
right.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. And shout out to everybody who's showing love all across the country. And to the bride showing love, and people all across the country. All right. Now for you, Sister Sadiqa. Grandparents, parents. Man, now you carrying on tradition of the Vanguard. How does that make you feel?
It's an overwhelming feeling, because it feels like I know that I have a choice, but it feels like I don't have a choice. And I say that because no other way, no other life works. So this is the only life, this is the only way that worked for me. When I decided to submit my will to do the will of Allah, everything just started to fall into place for me. So that's how I know this is where I belong. And I don't have a choice, because if I go a different direction, I'm dead. Like there's no life for me outside the nation of Islam, being a Muslim. So to carry on my parents' legacy, my grandparents' legacy, I just feel so blessed and so grateful for the opportunity to do this. Because knowing that Allah picked me and he could have chose someone else, like, how could I not? You know, how could I be so selfish or so ungrateful to be able to serve? That's how I feel about it. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. There's nothing else for me to do but to do this, and I do it with so much love because it's just been instilled in me from my father, from my mother. Like, man, I really love the Nation of Islam. I love the minister. I love the believers, and just to be side by side with my sisters, soldiering together, sacrificing together. There's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling.
Beautiful. All praises to Allah. Okay, y'all sisters teaching. Everybody can't wait to put this on YouTube. Everybody showing y'all love. All right. Sister Zaina, there is a perception that Muslim women are somehow oppressed in the world. Are you saying that after, coming from the Vanguard Retreat, somebody asked you were members of the Nation of Islam, the women of the Nation of Islam are oppressed? How would you answer that question?
I would say absolutely not. And unfortunately, not even unfortunately, it's not that the retreat, I would say that the retreat put an exclamation point on the fact that the answer is no. But the Nation of Islam has never, we don't have a history of that. You can't find that in our history since 1930. So I would say, where are you getting that information from?
Yes.
Where are you getting that? Maybe because we not hot-hold knocking on doors like the FOI. Maybe that's where people got that from. I don't know. But there are Muslim women in Islam, not the Nation of Islam, who may feel that way. So I don't want to take away from their plight. But if you're talking about the followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, right, and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I would look at them like, where did you get that from? Because not only are we not oppressed, but we're elevated beyond any woman on the planet.
Yes.
One of the student ministers today, Brother Josiah, said on the rostrum, you can't find an organization, a teaching, or a spiritual group of people that has such a focus on the elevation of the Black woman in a righteous way. I'll say that. You can't find it. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has never made me feel oppressed. He's never made me feel less than. If anything, he's made me feel more valuable than I felt of myself. And that's more than I can say about anybody else outside the Nation of Islam. So, I mean, no, the answer would be no. I mean, of course not.
Beautiful. All praises to Allah, and people are showing love. And thank you for your answer, and thank you all for your transparency and your honesty and your expression of Islam. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Sister Khadija, now there are some women in the Muslim communities, in the Muslim world, who don't drive, who don't read, or don't whatever. So there's that sense. Do you feel that pressure in the nation?
Not at all. No. No. That's just it. That's just it. Because look, y'all, I have not elevated to the rise above emotions. And I have to remember though, sometimes people's questions are honest, right? They are just going from what they've seen or what they've heard or what they saw on TV. So I try to keep that in my mind, but you can weigh when somebody comes to you and how they ask something, if they are being, facetious or not. So I don't get bent out of shape about it like I used to, because I used to be like, all of that. That's not modest, so I don't do that. But I'm saying the answer is just no. No, period. No, we don't have those type of problems here.
All right, now Sister Sadiqa, are you saying you don't feel oppressed? You feel free, justice made equal to all mankind, all that good stuff. That's how you feel?
Yes, sir. And I just feel like the enemy has done such a great job at tarnishing Islam in the media, because I have a coworker who's like interested because I cover my hair at work, and she's just like, why do you do that? Do you have to do that? And this is just like, and it's programmed in our people's mind that we are oppressed for real and that we don't have a choice in anything. So I was just, explaining to her like, no, this is my choice and things like that. So I mean, the enemy, he really tarnished the name Islam so much that that is just what people think. But no, sir, we are not oppressed in the nation of Islam.
Beautiful. All praise due to Allah. Excellent. All right, last question. So we will start with you, Sister Zainab, then we'll end with Sister Sadiqa. Sister Zainab, how important is the love of the sisterhood through moving forward?
It is very essential because we are each other's mirror. And although we have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, seeing the way that your sister exudes his teaching or exemplifies what he's taught us and how he's guided us, it motivates you in the meantime, I would say. Because hearing the minister, it's like we fired up, and we've all felt that. Oh, we fired up. But what happens a month from now where you can't resonate with that as strong as you did the day of or the week of? It's your sister that ignites that fire again. When she's there at the mosque before you, when she's there training a little bit harder than you, when she's there teaching a little bit more than you out in the community, that's when the minister's message just comes back alive, because I'm seeing how you move. So it's real. It's almost like it keeps the engine going. It's like putting oil back in that tank, back in the engine to just keep going. So without the sisterhood, you could listen to the minister all day in your room by yourself, but it's a reflection of the believers. It's a reflection of the sisterhood that strengthens you, that you can see, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. I hear what the minister's saying, but she's putting it into practice. She's living that. So I think they go hand in hand for sure. I can't say enough about the Vanguard and the MGT and GCC. Aside from hearing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we were the highlight of the weekend. I haven't met so many new sisters, as many Savior's Days as we go to and Holy Days. This is the first time I've met so many new sisters, and it was by design. The way they set it up, they told you where to go, where to sit, who to ride with. So it was beautiful. It was just, the sisterhood is everything.
Beautiful. All praise to Allah. Excellent answer, ma'am. For you, Sister Khadija, how important is the love of the sisterhood to you?
I never have to speak after Sister Zaina because she always says it all.
Right. She's taking my answer.
She all right. She all right, man.
Important. It is like to the utmost importance. In order for us to be the best, like I said, I want to be the best me that I can be, right? I want to be a super soldier. And without the sisterhood, that mirror Sister Zaina talked about, you don't have that. So like when you're working out in the gym, then you check the mirror every, week or so, right? You want to see that work that you put in. But if you don't have a mirror, you can be, like playing yourself. You could be like, nah, yeah, I was putting that work in, and then it really wasn't. You know what I mean? You weren't really putting the work in. Or, like you have, I think I'm gonna say myself. I looked at myself after listening to the minister, and I'm like, I want the best for my nation. I want the best out of my nation, but I'm not even operating on 100%. That's just facts. Like, and so I started trying to be like, well, dang, what percent am I on? Am I even on 80%? So when I'm with the sisters though, if you don't have that sister that's gonna be like, You falling off. Oh, well, you're doing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I tell all the sisters, when I first came through the door, look, be blunt. Just give it to me straight. You ain't got to tiptoe around me, because it's for the benefit of me, in which I'm going to give it right on back. Which is going to be the benefit for our nation, for our people. So I can't come to this 50-50. I can't come 70-30. I need to be 100%. And my sister is going to be that one that's going to show me. Because I'm thinking that I'm all that, and you know, because I could do 50 jumping jacks, she over there busting out 200. You know what I mean? So I just think about it in like that small type of way, like. But it's even past that. But that's just like on the personal level of how am I going to get to where I want to be if I don't have a sister that's like they're pushing me, they're with me, they're, you know, that is my sister. So she's gonna be there for me. She's gonna help me, and I'm gonna help her. So the sisterhood, I mean, that's like number. That's right up there. You know what I mean? I can't just put a number on it. But it's right. I mean, it's like right after everything. You know what I mean? Right after Allah, his messenger, because that's, you know, but before you have a husband, you got your sister. You know what I'm saying? You got your sister with you, and that's your ride. When y'all soldier together, y'all pray together, y'all eat together, break bread. Like that's you know what I mean? That's your ride. So I mean, it's just imperative.
Beautiful. All praise to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sister Khadija. This was gonna be the last question, but we got one more. All right, now, Sister Zika, for you, ma'am, how important is the love of the sisterhood for you?
It's very important to me, and it just made me think, like, just imagining like being on the battlefield alone. Like, yes, you have Allah, and with Allah you can do anything, but when you have somebody on the battlefield with you, you tend to fight a little stronger because you know you got somebody watching your back. And that's just how the sisterhood is. And it's like a chain. Like, the links by itself are just links, but when the links are connected together, you're able to have something, a chain. So without the sisterhood, like, we have nothing. Without the brotherhood, we have nothing. So it's important just to love on each other, have each other's back, be there, show up, and love one another. So it's very important.
Hey, all praises to Allah. Excellent. Man, 3 soldiers, but very spiritual teaching. Y'all giving everybody the spirit. Everybody like, oh, y'all go off, sisters. And shout out to my home. I knew I was gonna see one of the daughters. Like, hey, this is Issa or Olive? Which one? You know what I'm saying?
Issa.
Shout out to Issa. She always comes on the show of love. Thank you, Issa. Something like that. All right, last question. How could we not address the fashion show? All these pictures and boom. All right, we're gonna start with you, Sister Zaina. This will be the last one because everybody's gonna, keep going. But Sister Zaina, for you, how impactful was the fashion show? Let us know, people who wasn't there.
The fashion show was amazing. It was amazing. Shout out to Sister Sadiqa, who was in the fashion show. It really, really just showed the creativeness of our sisters. Because if you've only seen us in the Vanguard uniform, if you only seen us in New Orleans apparel and Taha 20, then you may think, some women may think I'm good. I have too much of a fashion sense for that, or I have too much creativity. But that fashion show, the different styles and the different way, it was just like, how many different ways can you make a garment? Like, before you thought you seen it all, now you got the tassels on. It was just like, the sky's the limit at how creative we could get, because we not boxed in. There's no way you could box us in, not in mind, not in body, and not in clothing. So that just exemplified the creativity, and I just was blown away at the different styles. I was truly blown away, and I've seen many different styles of garments, but that day I was just like, okay, I was excited for the next one to come out. I'm just like, what are they gonna do next? They're gonna have, I was just blown away by the creativity. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. I'm glad that you enjoyed the fashion show. Sister Khadija, how did you enjoy the fashion show?
Oh, I super enjoyed it. And being complete opposite, I'm not the fashion person. I will T-shirt and sweatpants in a minute, okay? That's me. Like, I never cared for fashion shows. I never like my friends be like, oh my God, the fashion show, we gotta go. And I would be like, okay, like I guess. But this fashion show, I was really like, okay, so I was really like, okay, I thought I might like scoot out a little bit early to get a little extra bit of sleep. No, I wanted to see every single one that was coming down. I wanted to see and it was so many designs,
Mhm.
like it was so great. It was just good even seeing the sisters that were not in the show that was sitting with us like, oh sis, you should be up there. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
And I never enjoyed a fashion show so much. I just never enjoyed the fashion show so much. It was awesome. It really was.
Okay, great.
And my favorite part was that it was live. So like Sister Zaina said, I'm sorry, I have to say this because I like that everyone else could see it. You know what I mean? I like that those outside of the Nation of Islam could see. Like,
it was live.
well, a lot of people went live. Yeah.
Yes.
You did good, sis. You did good. But it was, I mean, everybody gets to see it, you know, like, I don't know if they think like, I know in my area, a lot of Muslim females, they were all black. So they're like, oh, so how come you don't wear this? Well, how come you don't wear that? And then if you see me and I'm not really dressed up, then you might, you got a chance to see my sister. See, that's their thing, right? To each his own, Brother Joshua.
I mean, okay, Mrs. Gleason, I like how you talk about you just shouting all this. So all the black women just in there snapping fingers at the fashion show. Like you should be up there. That's what you're saying. You should be up there, sis. You should be up there. That's what y'all saying to each other.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. All right, next, for you, Sister Sadiqa, it seemed as if the fashion show, I don't know if they paid you because every time I saw on somebody's Facebook, it was a different design. It was you in the different designs, like you model for everybody. So how was it being on the modeling side? How was that?
I'm not gonna lie, I was tired. I was tired, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was my first like big modeling thing. I never like walked the runway like that. So I was nervous. So when she said it was live, I was like, wait, whoa. I was nervous, but people said I did good. So I guess I did good. I was just happy to be a part of it. Honestly. So I know the behind the scenes is different from seeing the show. So I won't go into the behind the scenes, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We only saw you stumble like twice. So other than that, everything was good.
No.
All right, but I want to thank everybody for watching. Sister Zaina, can you please give everybody the greetings and thank you for coming on, please?
Assalamu alaikum, family.
Walaikum salam, ma'am. And Sister Khadija, can you please give everyone the greetings?
I don't like how you put that bass in your voice, but okay.
Yeah. I still think about you with that jogging suit and just walking to the corner like, I don't know why you.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Walaikum salam. And Sister Sadiqa.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Walaikum salam. And thank everyone who's watching. Thank all of you. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. May Allah bless you all. Boom. There we go. That was good.